Hey guys, it's a hot and humid day out here today. Cutting a few videos out here, getting a few out of the way. I'm probably gonna be traveling soon. I'm not sure if we're gonna be going or not, so I want to be a few videos ahead. But today I want to talk about the expat adjustment period. Now, we talked about this somewhat in the past, not too much, but I want to talk about this more because as I work with Kenny, and I worked with Darren, and I worked with a few other people helping them or talking to them over the phone, helping them in other areas. Okay, we talk often about different things, and I see people getting frustrated a lot. And I want to talk about this because when a lot of people get over here, that first 3 months, we talked about this I think a few weeks ago or a few months back, that first 3 months is killer. And I'm going to stress that right now. I want to make sure that that's stressed because you're going to have banking issues, you're going to have money transfer issues, and you got to have patience, and you got to kind of listen. And a lot of people, they're jumpy about their money. They keep testing things, and then it locks down their money for 7 days. They have to wait for that money to go back to their account because they tried something and they didn't listen. Whenever you send money, try not to send over 1,000. Okay, that's number one. And when you first start doing it, do it in small amounts. Okay, so you don't lock down all your money. And then wait a day or two, then send some more. Okay, but don't send three $1,000 things to your account or to yourself or to your girlfriend or whatever. It's gonna flag your account. It's gonna mess it up because they notice that. So, and what people don't get is that you're being watched when you're sending money. Okay, that's the key part here, and it's the part that's frustrating over here. And some people that are coming over here, they're afraid to use the ATM cards because it's gonna get eaten or whatever. Well, use the ATMs at the bank. If it gets eaten, you can walk up to the manager and tell the manager you want your card back, okay? And does that happen a lot? No. I've never had my card eaten over here. Never. I've been extremely lucky, but I don't play with my cards. If it rejects my card for any reason, because sometimes there's no money in the machine, if you keep playing with it, it's going to eat your card, okay? That's what's going to happen. And you have to realize that the machine is probably empty. Watch somebody else to go up to the machine and see if they get money. If you see somebody else get money, then you probably you know that you're doing something wrong, or you're typing in the wrong PIN code or what have you. Something's up with what you're doing, okay? These are the things that people run into over here the most, is like I said, the money issues. The other thing is when you open a bank account over here, you have to get a barangay thing saying that you live in that barangay in that city or town, and you need to get that for the bank. They're going to ask you for that. So don't get frustrated at the bank officials. If you do that, you're really going to piss off the people in the bank, and they're not going to give you the service that you deserve. Okay, I've seen people go off on bank officials, and I know it can be hard sometimes, and it gets frustrating, and we get like that, or we go off on a Western Union person on the phone, or we go off on somebody at one of these fintech things or whatever. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy, because you're doing yourself a disservice, because it's going to be harder for you to get things done with that service now. And it's not that they'll flag you, but they might. They might put hard customer on your thing. This guy's a hard person to deal with or whatever. You don't know what they write on the other end. So don't be that guy. Always be cordial. If it doesn't work out, ask to talk to a manager or whatever. If they say there's nobody else, take a deep breath. Get off the phone for a while, go for a walk, come back, then try talking to them again. Don't get upset, okay? That's the key over here. A lot of people come over here. We're used to getting things done in the U.S. All you have to do is raise your voice a little bit, things get done. The second you raise your voice over here, you lost. Because these people are very subservient, and sometimes they just shut down, okay? They've been, they're different. They're a different type of people. They've been under the Spanish rule and under different people, and they've had to kind of be underneath those people for 350 years. They were under the U.S. for a while, unfortunately. And it's also kind of built into the way they are as people. And that's a beautiful thing about them, is that they're not argumentative people. That's the good part about it. And we shouldn't be taking advantage of that. That's something that we should foster even more, because they are great people. But, don't yell at somebody to shut them down. or get them angry, because they're just trying to do their job. They're following the rules of the bank. They're doing what they have to do. You might not like it. I get that. I've gotten mad a few times. I'm not going to lie and say I haven't gotten mad at somebody. I have. I was having a particularly bad day one time when I first got here. I had a few things happen all in a row to me, okay? And I took it out on somebody, and I kind of felt bad afterwards. And you know something? We all have those issues. We're all human, okay? So I know it's going to happen with you. It happened with me. I'm just telling you, just try to, if you're having a problem, just tell the bank, look, I'll come back later and we'll deal with this later, okay? I just need to take a deep breath. I'm getting a little upset. I'll come back later. We'll deal with it then. You know, be cool about it. And you know what? I'm sure they'll be happier that you come back and you're refreshed. Go out and get lunch, cup of coffee or whatever. You know, come back the next day or come back a few hours later when you're less stressed. Work things out. You'll get through it. They'll tell you what you need to do. Just say, I need help. I'm just having some issues or whatever, and I just don't want to get upset. They'll understand. Most of these places, I know you have to jump through some hoops to get accounts open. I know you have to jump through hoops to get things done. Sometimes it's you have to jump through hoops to get a proper lease or a proper rental. You're running around a lot looking for places. It just doesn't fit your bill, so you don't want to move into a place where you're not going to be happy. So you look at other places, and then finally you find it. You know? I mean, here's the thing over here. When you look at houses and stuff over here, as a new expat over here, look at it with the eye of, how can I fix this place up? Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to find a perfect apartment over here with everything that you want. You're not going to find a perfect home over here with everything that you want. You're probably going to have to add a few things to it. Now, a lot of you guys are thinking, well, gee, Steve, I don't like the cabinets, or I don't like this in there, or whatever, or there's not enough cabinets. I can have Romnick or one of the guys, if you talk to me and you're living in my area, we can have Romnick put up cabinets in your house. We can have Romnick put cabinets underneath your sink. We can have him make a bed for you if you want, whatever you want. And let me tell you something, the work that he does is 10 times better than the work that you see in these furniture stores and stuff. Because some of this furniture in the furniture stores, it doesn't hold together. Some of those cabinets that they make in these places, that they come out to the houses and they put cabinets up, it's junk. I can tell you one thing about Romnick's furniture. Romnick's furniture is very well built. He puts his heart and his soul into that company. His family is a decent family, so you're helping good people. You're helping support the family. You're getting great furniture. I love the furniture in my house. I'll tell you that over and over again. I love the furniture in my house. And Romnick has helped me with that. It helped me adjust here, having somebody that could make me anything I wanted out of wood, you know, if I needed something. It's part of the expat adjustment period. People like that help you. The air conditioning guy, he helped me. You know, he helped me get settled in here. I had somebody else put in my AC by accident. It was very costly, by the way, but I had a carrier put in. So I wasn't unhappy with it. I was unhappy with the cost of it. I was still new here. I was still learning. And I learned from that one mistake of putting in an expensive carrier. I learned from that one mistake that from here on in, I got to start paying attention. That taught me a lesson. If you learn lessons from your mistakes, you walked away with a good experience overall. Learn from your mistakes. Don't look at it like it's a bad, negative thing. Turn it into a positive. Turn that thing into a positive and say, you know what, I learned a lesson from that. That's a good thing. Don't look at it like a negative thing and have it bog down your feelings and the way you feel about life or the way you feel about the Philippines or whatever. Don't look at it that way. If you're having trouble at a certain bank or whatever, and you're having a lot of issues at that bank, that might tell you, hey, maybe I do need to switch banks. Go into another bank and test them out. But sometimes it might not. It might just be that bank is particularly having a rough time at the time, or the people are getting trained or whatever, and you got to give them some time to get trained up or what have you. Okay? So give people a chance too. That's part of it. But the expat adjustment period, it's about 3 months, okay, for the hardcore stuff. There is a little bit of an adjustment period after that too, but it's not as bad. The first 3 months are the toughest here. And, you know, anybody over here will tell you the same. You know, Kenny will tell you that. Any of the newbies that come over here, they'll tell you that. Kenny just went through a lot of experiences with fintech, okay? He had a lot of hard times with fintech, getting money here. He had a few banking issues. He's still working through some of this stuff. He's getting used to it. He's learning. He's learning how to send money here. He's learning how to do things the way he wants to do it. Sometimes you can't do things the way you want to do it, though. Sometimes you have to figure out how to do it without having any issues and without getting your account locked or something like that. God forbid your account gets locked, you're screwed over here. You just are. But anyway, guys, I wanted to throw that out there. You know, when you guys do get over here, if there's one thing I can tell you that's going to help you, is every morning, get out and walk. It de-stresses you in the morning, and it helps you throughout the day. I go out and walk try to walk as much as I can. Some days when I don't walk, I feel stressed out, you know, but my walks help me. But if there's one piece of advice I can give you, is get out and walk. Walk for an hour in a nice park like this here. God bless, guys. Take care.